If you're probably watching this video, I think you at the point where you're tired of moving from one relationship to the other, and then you have come to that point where you want to tell yourself that no, enough is enough. I want to get it right this time and get it solid. Period. To me, this is golden, to meet the right person at the right time and not to move from one person to the other. Because let me tell you, anytime you move from one relationship to the other, it's either something is being taken away from you or they take something away from you. It does not really generally help who you are, your self-esteem, where you're going. Because in the first place, it can delay you. Who you meet can destroy you, can make you, can build you, can distract you from wherever God is taking you to. And it matters that at the right time you meet the right person and avoid all sort of distractions. So basically, if you're like me, who once moved from one relationship to the other and finally I want to settle and meet the right person, then I think you need to join the band. Okay, and in this video I want to share with you why it keeps happening over and over again. And if you don't really solve all these whys, you're definitely going to find yourself again and again in the wrong relationship. Now, if you know why, it's easy for you to solve something, right? First of all, you don't know your worth. People that don't know their worth most of the time make mistakes with choosing life partners. Why? Because your worth is your importance, your value. If a mirror is placed in front of you and you look at yourself in the mirror and they ask you to price who that person in the mirror is, how you value that person reflects in every relationship you find yourself in. Now, this must not really be in any sort of romantic relationships. It might be in your relationship with your friends, with your family, with your co-workers, business, colleagues, and all that. All these things, all these relationships are very, very crucial in your life. But then when it comes to romantic love, this is the person that will get to know you, your vulnerability, who you are when everything is not shiny. They get to know the beautiful part of you and definitely the worst part of you as time goes on. And it's one of the things you don't want to have with any sort of person, opening your vulnerability to anybody, knowing that they will not handle your importance very well. Now, how you price yourself matters. Now, how you price yourself is based on who owns you. If you really believe that you're a child of God, you're owned by God, and God really bought you with a price, then I think you need to perceive yourself each and every day with that mindset. You need to see yourself each and every day with that mindset. It's how you see yourself depends on the treatment you allow in. You know, I've definitely had one or two people coming to me to tell me that they don't really get the treatment they ought to receive in their relationships. If you own something that is designer made and you mention the price of the product to anybody, knowing that the person you mentioned the product to, it's aware of that designer and the price range, the person will not really argue. It's actually those that don't know what designer brands are, their price estimates, that will really play with something that is designer made. People that have an idea of how pricey the product is may not really underestimate such product. You get my point? It's the same way. If you see yourself to be someone less valuable, it connotes how people treat you. It connotes how people show up for you. And that means it also communicates how you choose the people that come into your life in terms of romantic partners. If you know your worth, you don't settle for less. You settle for who you deserve based on who God made you. Number two is because you don't know who you are. Now, this might happen when you talk about identity. It comes with your belief system about who you are, your experiences, what you love to choose on any basic day, what you don't like, who you are as a package, the content. If they say describe you in a mirror, what you say about yourself is who you are. Now, if you don't know who you are based on who God made you, you might really underestimate yourself and now go in for any partner based on the level of knowledge of knowing who you are. Now, if you know who you are, you don't really play around with the people that play with you. If you know who you are, you don't underestimate yourself. Neither do someone who comes in as your romantic partner underestimate you. Number 3, most people end up with the wrong partners because they follow the bandwagon. Bandwagon is basically the trend, what people say it is, what is trending, what is showing up. Marriage is not a reward. Marriage is an assignment. I think one of the things God had to deal with me personally on the idea and the concept of marriage is it is not a reward. It is an assignment. We are in a society where everybody believes that you must get married at this point in your life, and then you must give birth at this stage in your life, have children, have family, and that's it. That's it. Come with the days, that is what we used to believe, but not again. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about children, it's about a dynasty, it's about guarding an empire, it's about continuing the agenda of Christ. So it's not about who says what, it's about what God expects of us, what we are called to do. So following the bandwagon is not our story, it's following who God has made us and the destiny He has given us. And that, I am so sorry, it might be a little bit different from Sister A, Brother B, or whoever you believe is in your radar of life. God didn't create marriage from the foundation of it must be done at this time. God created marriage on a foundation of a helpmeet, of a vision, of a purpose. But here's the situation: we see marriage as a reward instead of an assignment. Eve came in to help Adam to fulfill God's purpose, and not to be rewarded by Adam. Adam didn't see Eve as a reward, he saw Eve as a partner. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone, to complement me in whatever assignment God has given me. Nothing else, nothing more. So if you see yourself following everything your mommy is asking for, your daddy is asking for, aunties are requesting for, you might end up with the wrong person. It might not even make you see the right person, even if the person appears. Okay? Most people end up in the wrong relationship because they are not healed. Now, most people project their past experiences, their past life, toxicity, the pain they went through, to the future, okay, and the present. If you're actually walking on a runway and they give you a shade to wear, okay, and this shade is dark, if you wear it and the world looks a little bit darker, it doesn't mean everything is dark. It means whatever you're seeing is being filtered through the shade you're wearing. And that is to say, whatever you went through in the past, that in some way or somehow is in the past. Some you have control over, some you don't. What you have control over is the fact of how you are responding to it right now, and how you are letting whatever you went through in the past to project to you ahead of you. They are amazing and genuine people, but because you are bruised, because you are broken, because someone hurt you, because who you really love disappointed you, doesn't mean anybody is like that or everybody is like that. Until you take on that filter, you might not see how genuine the world is, how beautiful the world is, and not even breathe alive again. So first of all, instead of jumping from one relationship to the other, settle with healing. Allow yourself to feel the pain. Allow yourself to accept the pain. Allow yourself to heal from the pain, and allow yourself to overcome the pain. Then allow yourself to grow fully as an individual and not an incomplete person. Anytime you are unhealed, you really expect people to complete you, to do the healing work. Meanwhile, that is not your job. That is your job. So allow yourself some time to settle with whatever you've gone through the past. Forgive people, overcome traumas, and then when you're fully complete, fully healed, you get to see the world from a different shade. And let me tell you, that side, it's so beautiful. Number 5, people find themselves in the wrong relationship because they haven't found out what God called them to do here on earth. I really appreciate what the highly esteemed Pastor Benny Hinn said. He said that it is better to find your life purpose before your life partner. Because the thing is, what is the partnership for? What are both of you tying the knot for? If they ask you why, is it because you just want to give birth, have a family? No. It's because there was a purpose given. When Eve came into the picture, it's because God created her to be a helpmeet for his God-given vision to Adam. Find out who you are and then what God made you for. You easily connect with the right person when you know your purpose. Sometimes when you don't know your purpose, you don't even know the difference between a counterfeit and the God-sent ones. Number 6. Most people end up in the wrong relationship because they leave God out of the equation. From the whole picture of marriage, concept of marriage was created by God. If God decided not to bring marriage in the picture, we would have lived just as Adam was from the beginning. 2 souls in one body. But then God brought the idea of marriage because he saw that it wasn't good for a man to be alone. So he decides, okay, I think I'll bring him a helpmeet. The word is help meet, not help. Help meet. Someone can be of help to you, but not really of help to meet you based on who you are. And there is nobody who knows you better than the way God knows you. You might boast, I know myself, I know what you want, but then God knows you today, tomorrow, the next 10 years, the next 20 years. He knows who you definitely end up being. The circumstances, the experiences you might face in the long term, that may a little bit change who you are, change your tastes, change your wants, and now see who fits you best based on all the different seasons and now brings the person to you. So don't leave God out of the equation. Don't struggle, because he who finds a wife has found a good thing. A wife from God is a prudent wife, someone cautious to help you handle whatever assignment God has given you. And for that woman to also be prepared, it is the doing of the Lord. So you don't leave God out of the equation. He is fully the foundation of the equation and how the equation can be solved properly. I hope you enjoyed all these 6 reasons, and it can help you navigate your way through finding the right person. And hey, my name is Favor. Sorry for not introducing myself. And I love to talk about love, relationships, and so thank you so much for clicking. See you in my next video.